since he was the one that brought it to my attention. Jaden, what did you say to me?
We need to stop, drop, and roll because we're on fire.
Oh, yeah, baby. We're on digital fire.
What if we're on fire?
I'm not a what? You? Yes, I am, actually. I can scream sing just fine. Yes, I can. You want to see? And I'll do it, you know what? Double-fisted with 2 microphones. Are you ready? Are you ready? You got your earplugs in? Okay. Grace, are you my mic runner today? The reason why we're doing this, these microphones aren't cheap. So what I decided to do was, do me a favor, slide over just a little tiny bit there. There you go. That way I'm not blocking you so much. The microphones aren't cheap, so we want to make sure that rather than just passing the handheld mics around, safety first, kids. That gives us the opportunity of what?
Ergonomics.
Dropping the expensive microphone. So I thought it would be best if we had one student who is assigned to me, that they go from student to student. As we're calling for feedback from the crowd, they're going to go around, they're going to hold the microphone.
Hello.
Maddie, are we feeling obstinate today? It means what you just did. Okay, so, hey, if you just tuned in, my name is Sam Matero, Mr. Sam Matero, and I'm the instructor at the Digital Media Arts program here at Jeff Tech. And today we are engaged in, all sorts of digital madness and frivolity. Nothing we do in digital media arts is frivolous. We're learning more about how to publish an effective, dynamic, dare I say professional, digital portfolio to the Digital Media Arts website. Today, we're going to start the show, and this is part 2 of the lesson delivery. Students then are going to have the rest of the day today, and all day tomorrow, and all day Thursday to attend to doing the assignments that we're going to cover today and review, and then we are going to demonstrate and show the steps of what I consider to be a successful run at doing these assignments. And then we're going to talk a little bit and have some fun and then get the kids to work. So I appreciate you tuning in to part 2 of the DMA portfolio here on the Digital Edge. Did you like that?
It's like half out of 3.
Oh, it is. Oh, no. Can we, wait a minute. Are you zoomed in? Did we zoom out?
Maybe
What's
that's
going on
why
here? What is going on here? There it is. There it is. Look at that. Look at that. Here, let me do that again. Hold on a minute. Wait a minute. How do you do? There it is. The Digital Edge.
Did you have Mountain Dew?
Did you like that? No, I didn't have Mountain Dew. I am just excited to be here. I am excited to be. Let me get an audience cam so you guys can see. So you guys got to see what I'm seeing here. All right, give me the audience cam. Give me the audience cam, Dante. There we go. Okay, now, as we can see, the goldenrod is apparently affecting Haley. Her allergies are acting up, and she's a little bit neepy. But she's going to stay engaged and take great notes. We've got students reclined back, in for the ride, in for the long haul. Malachi's chilling. What do you got to say?
I was the one that said something about the camera angle, but you're like, oh, no.
So yeah, did you do you did your job for the day? We're done? There you go. Okay, Grace over here. Grace has got the secondary microphone. She's going to go around. And now you guys got to remember, hey, pay attention. What are we doing? Grab the remote and pan around this way. Grab the remote. There you go. Pan around this way. There we go. So you can see me. Keep coming. And now come on up. See? Right? You're cutting off my head. There you go. See? Pay attention to those kinds of things. All right? Now we're going to go. Oh, let's do the fist bump again. And ow! Grace! You know I'm fragile, Grace. Oh.
I was going to say something, but it's rude.
That hurt. I know. Let's keep that. This is a school-appropriate, family-friendly show, by the way.
I know.
There you go. Okay. So, And then we've got scroll on over this way. Pan on over this way. Get it right, Otero. Now, see, you're following me. That's great. And you're not cutting off my head. And we're going to go down, and we're going to see our crew up on the stage behind the scenes. Check it out. Say, hey, guys. Maddie, say hey. There you go. Try to contain your enthusiasm, though, because you did a good job. Okay, now let's go to the B cam. Make sure that we got the B cam as I'm over here behind and now watch out. Look at the digital magic. Look how that worked. Pretty cool, right? Check it out. Now I gotta have to lean down if I'm over here on the B cam because we gotta maybe adjust the B cam at some point. But we're not gonna do that right now. I'll make sure that I'm leaning down. Okay, now let's get the overhead cam over here in the corner. Let's check this out. Pretty cool. Look at that, right? Check this angle out. This is crazy. Well, you can just turn the overall volume down on the PA system. We don't need it that loud. That's what's going on. We're getting a little bit of feedback. Okay, so Cody can go ahead and take care of that. Why don't you show Malachi? Learning moment. Take a moment and let's adjust that. This is where we start, or where we left off yesterday. What we did yesterday, we talked about the DMA portfolio, Digital Media Arts portfolio. How do students utilize the Joomla platform, our website, to create a quality digital media arts portfolio post that we hope will ultimately end up getting them a job or clients. It may be. Or perhaps, as we found, no, wait a minute. Give me that B cam. Give me that B cam. No. Maddie. This is a very, what?
This is a serious matter.
Exactly, it is, Maddie. We're live to the world. Did I say something funny?
The way you said it was funny.
Entrepreneurs.
It's like that French guy that comes in, like, wants to get croissant and tea.
Well, isn't that kind of... it's sort of a French word, right?
Drinks with the British people.
Entrepreneur. All right.
No.
All right, let's go back. Hey, pay attention.
That is extremely
There you go. Okay, so, or, as the case may be, perhaps the student wishes to pursue higher education and go on to college or a technical school or some other type of schooling post-secondary. In any case, the digital portfolio... Is that microphone on?
Yes, it is.
The digital portfolio will do what for the student in any of those cases? Let's see if Richie knows. What will it do? What will it do?
To help you get a job.
What about the other two things? Starting a business? Yeah. Will it help you?
To get
what?
For you to get your own business.
No, you can get your own business without a portfolio. What do you do with the portfolio once you have your own business? You get what?
Get clients.
You get clients. What about if you want to go to college? How is the portfolio going to help you with higher learning? Wait a minute. Haley's got it. Say it again.
You get accepted.
Well, you may if you got a killer portfolio. That's the whole point of what we were doing today. So, and what we did yesterday. So, we started yesterday by taking a look at my standards and some industry standards. what does a great portfolio look like? We looked at our examples here. Just go through the slideshow. We talked about what were the students' objectives. Let me go on over here. The objectives were, number one, you should be able to, hey, BCAM, students and we went through and detailed what does that mean to me as their instructor and what does that mean in terms of industry standards. Then the student should demonstrate the ability to design and publish a quality portfolio post to the class specifications. We covered that in very briefly. We're going to go more into that today with the mechanism. We talk about the why and the how. Now we're going to give them the tools that they need to do these things by demonstrating knowledge of the DMA class website, and in particular, the Joomla CMS. Let me get a drum roll, kids. There you go. There's a drum roll. Got it? Okay. Who has the answer to the question? Who has the answer to the question? Grace? Yeah. Okay, let's see. What is a CMS? What's it stand for? Drum roll. Who has it? Hold on. Let's see if he's got it.
CMS stands for Content Management System.
No! Slam dunk! What do you do? What do you do? What do you do? Okay, let me dial it back. Hold on. I was just told I'm being too loud. Okay, hold on. Nah, let me. What? Their ears are valuable. Oh, wait a minute. Alina has some good advice here. Go ahead.
He's too loud. Your ears are valuable.
Wait a minute. Let me ask. Too loud is a relative thing. So, let me ask you. Do you think we're over 90 decibels? Probably not. So no. We're nowhere near. Actually, with me, we might be. Okay.
Yeah,
so.
Yeah.
Isn't that what you tell us all
All right.
the
So
time?
let me dial it back. Let me dial it back a little bit, and we'll speak a little bit more softly.
That's
Let me
so
make
much
sure. Hold on,
better.
Alina. Let me make sure. Alina, is this a little bit more of an appropriate volume for you? Do you think?
Please,
How does
this
that?
is making me uncomfortable.
How does this sound? Is it
That
slight?
sounds good. What you just did sound good.
There we go. Oh my goodness gracious. Okay, so let us discuss calmly and quietly, children. Let us all discuss calmly and quietly the value of utilizing the Joomla content management system. The content management system in the realm of digital production.
He's trying so hard. Be quiet.
Oh my. All right, we're just going to keep moving on that one. All right, so here, this is what I want to know. Okay, Paul nailed it. He said content management system. But in your own words, okay, if you went home today, all right, and which you will, right? If you went home today, let's bring us back up here to the front cam. If you went home today, yeah, you guys running vMix, you can move quicker. You don't have to hang and linger on any scene. Every part of the room is pretty much covered with all the cameras, so move around a little bit. You know what I mean? Click through it. All right, so, and I'm watching the monitor, so I'm aware of where I need to look as need be. I'll follow you. You don't have to necessarily follow me. All right, so that said, this is what I'm going to throw out at you. We know the words, the terminology, content management system. But if you went home from school today, yeah, Grandma says to you, "What'd you do in digital media today?"
My grandma doesn't.
That's not what she sounds like.
My grandma just doesn't care.
What if she says, okay, what if she says, "What'd you do in digital media today?" Is that what Grandma sounds like? What? Wait a minute. What? What would Grandma say?
I remember when they first invented chocolate.
That was before. That was right before the interwebs, right? Okay. So Grandma comes to you and says, "Youngster, what'd you learn in class today?" And you said, "We learned about the Joomla what?"
CMS.
And she says, "What's a CMS?"
Content management system.
I don't understand. I don't understand that. What exactly is a content management system? Can you tell her? Crickets, he says. All right, so here's what we do. Part of what we do in digital media arts is this. Part of what we do is this. We want the students to be able to report back what they did, why they did it, how they did it. It's not always just about regurgitating a term or an acronym. We know CMS is an acronym for Content Management System, but what does that mean? So one of the things that I always say when they're doing their logs and they're trying to prove what they know, demonstrating what they know, I use this analogy of, if Grandma asked you what you did in class today, how would you can understand? Okay, after she's had her chocolate and you explain to Grandma what a content management system is. So in your own words, keep it simple, guys. Paraphrase it. Not the technical definition, but how would you describe what a content management system is? What do you think? Anybody have a thought? You know what it does because you use it every day in our class, right? But how would you describe it? Feature is that it allows you to manage your media files that you've uploaded or your web pages into categories, which we're going to get into today. John, how would you describe what a content management system is?
Okay.
I want you to hold on a minute. I want you to go to Google. I want you to go to Google and look up that word, and we're going to see the technical definition, and we're going to put it in our own.
So correct me if I'm wrong. So
John, I can't imagine having to correct my students.
Yeah,
I don't know that I don't think I can do that, actually.
Oh, that makes sense.
Wait a minute. Paul's making us laugh today.
He's planning on correcting you even if you were right.
Okay, John, wow me with your technical prowess. Go ahead.
So,
son.
how you said it in the AM that it's a filing cabinet.
Ooh, you were listening.
I was listening. And different categories that you need.
Well, that is getting to the point of what Cody was getting at in the organization of the files and the content in there. But that's one feature and one aspect of the content management system. But what is the content management system? Why don't we go ahead and take the opportunity. Jaden, why don't you click on that and let's take a look at it. Let's see what it is defined as. By what website are we on? Tech Targets. Let's go ahead and read this. You're close by there, Grace. Can you turn around and read that for us? Not the whole article, just the first couple sentences.
A content management system is a software application or set of related programs that are used to create and manage digital content.
CMSs are typically used for enterprise content management and web content management. An enterprise content management system facilitates collaboration within the workplace by integrating document management, digital asset management, and records relation functionality, and provides end users with the role-based access of organizing digital assets. What does that mean? That means think of an infrastructure within an organization and a software interface and tools that you would need to manage all of your assets, your forms, your files, done within the infrastructure on our internet. Part of our asset management system that we use here would be what? As an example, our server, right? We have the ability to file serve, file share, stream from there, act as a web server, do torrent downloads. That's part of our ability to manage our internal infrastructure. That's part of our infrastructure to manage our files. We get that? Now, when we're talking about the internet, a WCM, a web content management system, Grace, you want to read that for us? A WCM
facilitates collaborative
Authoring.
authoring for websites. EMC software often includes a WCM publishing facility
functionality.
functionality, but ECM web pages typically remain behind the organization's firewall.
Okay, so what are we talking about there? Behind the firewall. We have built a website. Let's pull it up. This website, now we're going to get into the nitty-gritty here, kids. This website is DMA Studio Online. So if you want to check us out, there's where you go. You type in DMA Studio Online, that information flies across the internet at light speed and lands at our servers. Uploaded to the GoDaddy servers that has the engine and the scripting and the technology built into it to manage the website is called what? Cody, starts with the J. Joomla. That is one of many different web content management systems that are available. Personally, I love Joomla. Been using it professionally for years to build websites for local clients, and I can't speak enough about it. It's wonderful. And it's open source, which means that the core engine can be gotten into. You can get into the files if you're a programmer, and you can customize Joomla as need be. One of the other benefits of Joomla is you scroll down through, you take a look at this. You got our nice social media links over there on the left, right? We've got, right? Check out this template. This was a template that I purchased for my class. And then we go back into the back end. We download a new template if we want to next year. And we redesign the graphics and what to fit the new template. And we have a whole new fresh system that we can use without having to reinstall all of the core components of the Joomla engine that is building that website based on the template. There's more advantages to this. You guys have been using it. You use it every day. Let's go to the DMA students, and it's from last year. Let's pick somebody who's a good one here. Pick somebody. Okay, we took a look at Haley's yesterday, so that's fine. So we scroll on down. This is a typical blog layout for the various articles, and we looked at this yesterday as an example of a good portfolio. How this works is this: when you're looking at this right here, now we're going to get into the. I want my students to focus on today is this. If you're taking notes, write this down. There's 3 areas of the website we're going to focus in on today. 2 of which, or they're all under, I should say, the content area of the site. This is what we call a category. Category. This is what the boys were talking about because they heard this already this morning. The category is student portfolios. Subcategory is Haley McCombs. So just as John said, think about the Joomla as your filing cabinet, and then in the filing drawer there is folders and subfolders, and in that each of those folders are the individual pages, right? Follow me? Now, so if we go down, this is the category header that Haley built. Beautiful, by the way. We scroll down, and we take a look at the individual pages that are in that category, laid out nicely. We're missing a header graphic for that article, though. We want to fix that, right? So let's then go to the career research photography. Click it. Now that is a web page that is generated by the programming language, which is PHP. We'll get into that another time, not going that deep down the rabbit hole. So when you click that button, the web page that is built on the HTML infrastructure and brought back into the greater template is displayed as a web page. Bring me that B-cam. A single page. A page. One page, right? This is the information that's on that page. When I'm talking about building an overall portfolio, a quality portfolio in digital media arts, we're talking about the category, display, and then all of the individual sub-pages. At the end of this week, your job is to create your first official post this year to the new category, to the new school year. Okay? So if we scroll down the page, what is it made up of? Nice graphics, text, content that reports what you did, how you did it, why you did it, all that fun stuff that we talked about yesterday. Okay? Now, what I want to go over here, before we go any further and we go into the back end, how do you use Joomla? And then we go into the, go up there to your administrative. There you go. There's our administrative back end. Jaden, get out of that. Log in as you, because I want them to see the login. Where do you go? Now, this is in Canvas. I've given you the step-by-step how to get into Canvas, or how to get into Joomla, I should say, and edit and add content. Jaden, do that again. You went in and you went to DMA Studio Online, Administrator. And then you log in as an admin, and that's where you're going to go to manage the website. But I don't want to, at this point, I don't want my students to worry about any other aspects of the content. Articles, categories, and media. That's what we're going to talk about today. Articles, categories, and media. Write that down. Those are the three things you want to focus on. Okay? Now, before we get there, let's open this up. Let's open this up a little bit. We know what a content management system is now. What I want you guys to do, let's brainstorm a little bit. We're going to go around the room. You guys fill me in a little bit. What are some of the benefits? Bring that back to the A-cam, please. What are some of the, or split screen's fine. What are some of the benefits to, do we have a scene set up, by the way? If we don't, that's fine. But do we have a scene set up where we have the audience cam in that window where the split screen is? That would be kind of cool to be able to keep that up. But if not, you know, I don't want to bust you or confuse you guys. You're doing a great job, by the way. Oh, Dante Smith and Mel Forrest on Dante is our primary board op on vMix, by the way. I should let him know. Oh, do that, but keep the A cam in that window, Dante. And instead of the main computer over here, put that audience cam. That would look pretty cool. All right. So anyway, what I want to do is I want to go around the room, and I want the kids to start putting use this technology to advance their portfolio. So let's go back to Canvas, the portfolio post lesson, and let's scroll down. Let's see where we are. Look up here. Go down. Keep going. The live demonstration. This is where we are. Highlight this. We're reviewing what the CMS structure and administrative management page is. And then we're going to get into key policies and procedures regarding site management. But what I want the students to do at this point is I want you guys to give me some feedback on how can you use Joomla to benefit your portfolio. What are some features of Joomla that you think would help you build your portfolio? So, Grace, you got the microphone. Anybody have any thoughts on this? Cody.
The media player in Joomla.
Excellent. We have installed a plugin that allows you to take a YouTube video, for instance, and do what with it?
Pretty much be able to put it on like an article or something, and then you would also
Absolutely. So it embeds that very easily right into the article by not even having to know any code. You just enter your YouTube URL, bang, zoom, there it is. What's another benefit? I think the benefit of being able to put a video into a portfolio goes without saying. What other benefits can Joomla lend to you as a startup developer here that could help you end up getting a job or enhancing your portfolio? Anybody? Somebody said this morning, what about social what? Social media. What would be the benefit to Joomla? What could you do with Joomla in regards to social media that could help you reach out to people?
You can put your feeds in there sometimes, like on the side. You can put like live feeds of stuff that you're putting on your social media that maybe you're not putting directly onto your website, but then people can see it still.
Right. So integration with your social media channels. And how important is social media to building a portfolio and having a presence out there on the web? Alina, how important is it for a digital designer?
It's very
benefit. What is another feature that Joomla allows you to do that could benefit you in terms of ease of use and ease of management and enhancing your portfolio? Anybody? Grace, you got an idea?
The gallery.
An image gallery. There's another feature that's possible. Now, we can go on and on and on. It shows the kids are thinking. How can we use this? Now, all of these technologies that they just mentioned and all of the benefits that they just mentioned, you guys want to pull back up that the main cam in that window? And I want to show you guys something. Here's one of the main benefits of Joomla. First off, Joomla, being open source, is free. Once you download it, install it on your server. Now, you got to have some technical knowledge to know how to do this. Once you download it on the server and install your template and get it up and running and design that template for your own custom purposes, then you can extend Joomla using what we call extensions. This is what's beautiful. If you're a developer, you can develop your own extensions that run on subroutines, and you just install them in the software, which is your template, and it works. Let me show you how to do this. These kids were talking about image galleries. They were talking about video embedding. They were talking about social media. They were talking about features that are available through these extensions. This is what's so cool about Joomla. Let's go to the joomla.org. Okay, and just follow my direction here. Now, you go to joomla.org, and you have basically a huge worldwide a community of developers, okay, that support the Joomla platform. And then if you want to extend, what was one of the features we said? What did we say? Image gallery, right? Let's say we want to add an image gallery feature to the website. Let's go to extend. Download and extend up top. Download and extend extensions. And we are going to search. Look at all these things that you can do. Photos and images. These are the categories. Social and web. We talked about that. News and display. So display of articles and display of different tables and notes. Site management tools. Style and design tools. Keep going down. All these categories. Suppose you want to add e-commerce to your website. You want to have contacts and feedback forms, an email newsletter, right? Structure and navigation tools such as cool menus and whatnot. Suppose you want to add, let's do a search for, what did we say? Photos and images, right? Right there, galleries. There's an image gallery. In that subfolder in that Joomla, you have 204 different image galleries that you can choose to download and install in Joomla. Here's another thing. Hint, hint, hint. I want you to focus on this. Extensions come in 3 different types. Write this down. Let's go to the audience cam. And pan around a little bit too. Pan around the room. 3 different types. They come as components, modules, and plug-ins. Sometimes a package will come with a module and a component. Sometimes they come as all 3. Sometimes they're just a plug-in. Now, we'll get more into that when we do our web design, our first web design unit later in the fall. But for right now, just know what is my goal. The learning objective was what? To be able to identify some of the key aspects and components of the Joomla CMS in order to be able to build your portfolio. That was your learning goal. So I've given you some of these, right? What are the 3 areas? Media manager, article manager, category manager. What are some of the aspects of the site that you need to know? Plugin, component, and what?
Video.
No. Say it again. I just gave it to you.
Components, module.
Module. Bingo, bango. He gets the gold star. There we go. He gets the... Oh, wait a minute. The silver star.
Get the silver star.
Silver star, right, because it took 2 tries. But, hey, very observant. Good call, Bryce. All right, guys. So, I'm not going to get into the detail of this. I just want to show you the effectiveness of this amazing platform. If you're watching at home, you know, hey, if you're a small business and you want to come in here and take my adult class and learn about all this stuff, you know, hit up the adult education program. We can teach you everything that you're seeing here and get you out the door where you can get the knowledge you need to be able to self-publish. Pretty cool stuff. So suppose you want to get rid of that, X that out. Suppose you want to check out a plugin or a gallery that you want to use. Let's scroll down and we'll find one. Let's check out responsive photo gallery. Responsive in web design means what? Responsive means it will adjust to the type of screen. So that gallery, it's telling you, was built to be able to adjust to accommodate any kind of mobile device as well. So let's check it out. Free extension, which means you can download and install it. The responsive photo gallery for Joomla 2.5 and 3 creates stunning, eye-catching photo galleries in a simple and easy responsive way. Responsive photo gallery will self-adjust to whatever browser or any screen you're viewing. When viewing from a smartphone or a touchpad, you're going to love its finger swipe navigation ability on both the carousel. There are only a few module options to set because the power of the code. Responsive Photo Gallery uses the power of jQuery, library scripting, a few supporting jQuery scripts, and some basic code as its backbone. Now, that said, what's funny, Grace?
Joomla's website is probably run on their program.
It is. It's the whole point. That's the core. When you download Joomla and install it, that's the core template that you get, which looks like Joomla. So here's the deal. Suppose you like this. You're going to want to go down through and do some research. Look at customer reviews. Look at it. The score over here, functionality, got 5 stars. 5 stars under ease of use. 5 stars under support. 5 stars under the documentation. Look at all these wonderful reviews. Check it out, read the reviews. Then you're going to go up. Now you want to see it in action. You want to test drive the car before you actually buy the car, right? So let's go here and click on demo. Now, this should be a live demo. This is the module in operation. Go up to the top and scroll through and click a thumbnail so you can see. That's one display. Go on down. And here it is where you download it. Now, if I would want to test that, we're testing this here. If I would want to test it on my tablet or on my iPhone or on my Android, then we're going to do so and we're going to double check. If you want to install this into the Joomla, my students would just say, Mr. Taro, I want to install this. I scan the package for viruses, make sure that we're not infecting our network or our website, and then I install it for the students in the back end. This is one of the benefits and powers of Joomla. Okay? Now, you saw those categories. Go back there again to the Joomla website. Go back. Look at all these different categories. This is your ticket out the door, kids. When you leave today, I want you to take a separate page. Go to your notebook. Open up a separate page. You guys, pay attention, please. Pull up the cameras. Thank you. Open up a separate page in your notebook. This is what you're going to show me before you get to work today. Okay? We're going to go back to the main extensions. Extensions. Now, check this out. Look at all these different categories: photos and images, social web, news display, site management, style and design. Scroll down. Look at all that stuff. What I want you to do is put your thinking caps on for 1 minute. And in that minute, I want you to write down as many things that you think Joomla may be able to do. Basically, it can do pretty much anything you want to do on the internet. There's an extension that will allow you to do so. What I want you to do is think in terms of how you could use these extensions of the Joomla core to help you build your portfolio. What features would you add to your portfolio in the perfect world that you could download and use? Not specifics, just brainstorm. For instance, image gallery, social media links, YouTube videos, right? What other tools could you use to help you enhance your portfolio? Okay? And go. Write down as many as you can. Ways that you could use Joomla to enhance your portfolio. And I'll give you some hints here as we're talking. What? Okay. Hit. Let me see. But it's streaming. Okay, that's fine. As long as it's streaming and we're still live. Okay, so apparently we're getting some errors with the computer. So we're not recording the session anymore, but it is streaming and it's saving on our server, so we should be safe. So those watching at home, brainstorming. What do you want to do? You want to impress people with your technical ability, with your artistic ability, with images, with video, with multimedia. What about communication tools, kids? What feature might you want to add to your portfolio post, hint, 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 to enable somebody to get in contact with you, right? Hint. What features might you want to add to your portfolio, hint, 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 that might help you sell something and sell your designs on T-shirts? What things might you want to add to your portfolio that, hint, 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 might allow you to set up a newsletter that you can then send information out on a regular basis about what you're doing and how you're doing it in your career pathway? Okay? So we got some stuff down? Great. Now, before you leave today, before you leave this session, I want you to turn that in to me. That's your ticket to go out and get to work. Shows that you were thinking and engaged. Very good. Now, let's go back to our regular notes. Now we're going to take a look at, Jaden, let's go to the PowerPoint. This is what we're going to do now. We are going to move forward and bring that up full screen. And scroll, go forward. Keep going past the portfolios. We looked at all this yesterday. Nice job. All right. Now, creating an article. This is what I want to do. We've covered a lot of ground and we moved rather quickly, but I think you guys are getting this. The next thing we want to do, we want to show you how you're going to create an article. You're going to title the article. You're going to select the proper category where it should be stored. And then you're going to make sure that the article is saved to unpublished first, and then insert your raw text and format. These are the steps that we're going to do. Now, when I turn the students loose this week, and their job is to create that first portfolio, they're going to do it. They go into Canvas. For parents watching at home, by the way, we have a couple different systems here. We have our eSchools learning, or our eSchools grade reporting system. That is where we enter in the grades for the assignments. But the assignments themselves, actually, I utilize Canvas management system to post these things online, and the students have access to this 24/7. So let's go to Canvas, and let's look at the full lesson. And this is what the students have right here. What are we doing? This is the review of the content structure, key policies and procedures, and then policies and procedures regarding individual section management, media management, page management. So this was my plan when I thought out, what do I want the students to learn to do? And here's how we're going to do it. Scroll down to the bottom. And right here is your cheat sheet. These are the requirements overall of a quality portfolio. I'm not going to read all these for you. We've kind of covered all of this. What am I looking for? There should be a good quality splash page in your category that represents you and your different personalities. These are the things that we talked yesterday about, right? And the different skill sets that you have. There should be a biography. There should be links to the portfolio individual pages. Individual pages should be reflecting student works, right? We talked about all this yesterday. I don't need to get into it. If at the end of the week you're not absolutely sure that you've met all the standards of what a quality portfolio post is in my class, according to me, your instructor, what do? Close that, Jaden. What are you going to do? You're going to read the instructions. Right there's your checklist. Highlight that. If you look at your grade and you didn't score competent, chances are you didn't do one or more of those things in that list. We understand that, right? That's your criteria. That's your checklist. Did I create a good quality page? Click, 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 check, 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 right down the list. If you missed something, go back and fix it. If you need help, ask for help, get it, move forward. Got it? Now, how to publish a page. Here we go. DMA, web publishing procedure. Number 1, log into the DMA Studio administrative area of the website. Right there is the link. If you can't remember where to go, for you in Canvas, right-click on it and open link in new tab. Now we're in the DMA admin area. Get logged in as you, Jaden Kessler. Excellent. All right, now he's in the admin area. Let's go back to Canvas. So you just follow the steps, kids. Go to the content articles, add new article. Go back to there. Content, articles, add new. Let's see what that looks like. Now, there's where you added a new article. The next one, go back. Next step. Title the article. Note, the title should be something engaging and topical. What is the article about? And it should entice your viewer to want to read it. Right? Next step. So let's go back and title that. And let's call this the most awesome portfolio post. That's not egotistical. Not at all. All right, great. Select the proper category where your story will be saved. For student portfolio articles, you save them in the given school year and select your folder. Other articles should be stored in the appropriate categories following the site map, either news or about or co-op, whatever it is. So let's go back and let's do that. Drop down, find the 2020 school year. Keep going. There it is. See it? What? Go down. 2020. Where'd it go? There it is. Student projects. Go down. Do you have yours in there yet, Jaden? Okay, so let's pretend you're Paul Knar. Hit Paul Knar. We got to get all the students out by tomorrow. I'll have all those categories built for you. Or if you do what it is that I'm going to show you, you can add your own category. Actually, that's kind of the whole point of all this. So I shouldn't have to do it for you. But we added a couple students in there to the new categories just so we can demonstrate. So right now, that web page, as John mentioned, that page is going into what, John, in the filing cabinet?
Categories.
And that in a filing cabinet, that would be the folder, right? So the category, the folder, is Paul Knar 2020 portfolio. Now he's going to build his page. The next step, go back to portfolio. The next step is under status, always select unpublished. Go back to articles, and you're going to select unpublished. See, now currently it defaults to published. Now, unpublish, why do we unpublish things first until they're done and approved?
So, like, say you have something.
You guys can move quicker on those scene changes, right? Whenever we've got somebody talking, just move the show a little quicker, okay? Say again, John?
that you could have something on your thing that can blow out the template, or it's not finished and it just looks like a bunch of words on a.
Right, it may not be done yet, so we want to make sure that we are meeting the class standards until you've gone down through that entire checklist and it's a killer post. We don't want to publish it for various reasons. Also, our vMix operators, Mel, would you show Dante, I know he just jumped on this and he's doing a fabulous job, but show him how to use those virtual zooms, because that adds some dynamic components to the production. It's pretty cool. All right, so last step, or one of the next to the last steps, go back to the portfolio. Good job, John, by the way. Now, we've unpublished this. Now, save the article at this point. Go. Save and just save. Now, you don't want to hit save and close because then it closes it. Then you're going to go back and find it again. Just hit save and it keeps it open while you're working on it. Okay? Let's go back to the portfolio. Insert raw text. Now, what does that mean by raw text? Paul, what do? When we want to add text from our log sheets, which are made in Microsoft Word, what is the protocol that we use to copy the text from Word to what, then to Joomla?
Well, you usually want to copy it to like WordPad or Notepad.
Notepad, exactly. So what we do, Jaden, let's go to Microsoft Word there, and let's pretend that that article is what we're going to put in. We're going to, if that were what your content you were working from, copy that. Right-click. Now, there's a reason why we're doing this. Go to Notepad and just paste. Okay, there it is. Now, the reason why we did this, Microsoft Office, for some reason, it's buggy. It doesn't collaborate very well with Joomla. If you copy directly from a Microsoft Word document, it will bring hidden code. Even though you're just getting text, it will actually bring hidden code that will embed into your web page, and it can screw up the content management system. So we discovered this some years ago. Just paste it in the Notepad, copy that. So select all that, copy it. Now paste that into your WYSIWYG editor in Joomla. There you go. Paste. Text, it is standard raw text. From this point, you would use your tools up here, such as bold, italic, colors, alignment, all that stuff to format the text. Okay? Next step, go back to the portfolio. Next step, insert an image. Okay? Well, here you're going to want to create an engaging short introduction paragraph. That is a short paragraph that shows up in your blog listings that tells people a little bit about the project. 2 or 3 sentences. Okay? Then you're going to want to insert your read more link. Go back to articles. So everything above that button here, that's your intro that I'm talking about. So when you're building your introduction, so let's just copy that, for instance, from here. And let's go back to the portfolio that you're building. Let's put that above the read more link. There it is. Now, if you saves that, that introduction is going to show up. Then you're going to have your read more button, then your page. That all make sense, kids? All right? Now, again, for most of you guys, this should all be a review. My new students that are watching this for the first time, you'll understand this and be fluid in this by Christmas. Okay? Guaranteed. Just hang in there with us. All right? Last thing you're going to want to do, next step down, Jaden, show us how to publish a picture. Insert the graphic. So let's go back to the Media Manager. Insert picture, image, and let's go down and upload a picture. Why are we not getting the upload option? Oh, there it is. Yeah, image. There you go. Okay, now scroll down. Now, this is one of the... This is the media management content area, remember? And I want to show you this. Why is it important to upload your image, any images you create, and add to your site? Why is it important to add them to your folder? Cody, you got something?
It's mainly because it's organization, pretty much. Like, if there's and it's on, like, let's say a menu somewhere, that picture will end up on a menu on the website, pretty much.
Well, not necessarily, only if it's encoded to do so. But you are right in terms of the organization of the structure of the site. Number one, if you post things to other areas of the site, then you're looking for them, you may not be able to find them. Secondarily, what's it do to the site? So if we take a look, for instance, Cody's been here for 4 years. Let's look in his folder. Or John Silvis. He's right there. Click John Silvis. Okay? Look at all the pictures John has in his folder. Okay? There's quite a few. So you can imagine 38 kids in this class times 4 years. That's a lot of pictures. If everybody just throws all their pictures willy-nilly into the media manager, every time you then go back to look for a picture, the website is loading up all those thumbnails. We found that years ago. We're like, why is it taking forever? I just uploaded the picture. The upload went quickly, but I got to scroll through thousands of pictures to find the one that I just uploaded. That's why we decided to categorize the images in the media manager in your name. Every student has a folder in there. Go. Mel and some of our other admins on a regular basis go through the site, and if they find pictures in the root directory, they will delete them, and then you have to go in and add them again. That's part of the procedure. Okay? Let's go back to the canvas. So let's actually, Jaden, go ahead and upload a picture. You can just grab one from a folder, your folder, whoever's folder. There you go. Graphics. There you go. Throw that eye in there. Insert. Boom. There it is. Now scale that down. And let's maybe flush that left. Okay. Align that left with alignment. There you go. You got to click it, though. Yeah, she's right. It's in the right directly in the text string. There you go. It doesn't matter. We're not getting into formatting today right now. What I'm testing is that we'll show you some tips and tricks to format your pages here tomorrow, okay? And some things to think about, and I'll have some of my students demonstrate. For today's purposes, I just want you to know these are the steps. Now, we see that to do this.
Maybe like 15 minutes.
Maybe. Now, formatting it and making it look great might take you a little bit longer. That's okay. But realistically, you should be able to take your content, which is your first 2 log cycles from this week and last week, and create your first portfolio post in, I would say, roughly maybe an hour tops. Okay? If you did your job through the week. If you created your log sheets and you have all the pictures and everything and your text, shouldn't be that big of a deal. Would we all agree on that? Okay, so let's look at what your assignments are this week. Go back to the portfolio post and scroll up. What are your assignments this week? We're going to review this. First off, let me go down, up a little bit, right to resources. I want to remind everybody. Now, we don't show these videos right here because we don't want to get YouTube strikes, but these are available to all of my students to use as resources. Think of this as your textbook, kids. There's technical information and artistic information and advice in these resources I give you. It's your responsibility to go in and read them and use them and watch the videos. Here's a great article, 4 Secrets to Building a Quality Portfolio that'll make everybody want to hire you. Read the article. There's valuable information in there. How to make the best design for a portfolio for university. If you're heading to college, you want to update your portfolio and polish it up for the purpose of a college recruiter or their admissions department, watch that video. If you're in broadcasting and you want a good quality portfolio, that focuses on broadcast industry. So I put some of these tips in there for you to get you started, and then you go in and you find your own resources as well. Dig in, find more information that's going to help you build a quality post. Go to Joomla CMS reinforcement. What did we just talk about? Adding an article. If you get confused, watch this little video, right? Here, Joomla for Beginners, a brief overview of the Joomla user interface. Everything you need, you have now all the tools you need to do your job. Would we all agree? Yes, I would say so. Now, let's go back very quickly, and then we're going to wrap this up. We're going to wrap this up by explaining the products you're going to make, but I wanted to reinforce one more thing here. Let's go back into the back end just to show you again where this content is. Everything looks good. We're going to hit save and close. So let's go back to here. We're going to look at, this is where you're going to go to use these things, content, I should say, articles, categories. This is get confusing, so I just want to show this to you so you understand. Go to articles. If you click on the articles section, this brings up all of the articles embedded into the website. Notice there's hundreds of them. Now, these are written by all sorts of different students. One of the things that I've noticed over the years that kids get confused by the Joomla because there's so much stuff that comes up. How do you sort through this? Click the search tools. Always use that. Suppose you want to search by category. John wants to find something that's in the portfolio category. So he's going to go down, and let's say he wants to find something in Jaden's portfolio or Trey. Click Trey. Just pick a kid, right? So there's Trey Manzo from our morning class. There's every piece of publishing done by Trey Manzo in his category pops up. Now, suppose he wants to search by him and find all his articles. Close that, and you're going to go over here to select author. To your right, select author and find John Silvis. Or type it in. There he is. Okay, click it. Now you notice there's all of the content generated and put on the site by author John Silvis. So if you ever get confused once you've published something and you can't find something, you search that way. Got it? Another thing that you need to be aware of is how to manage your categories, period. Let's go to the categories manager. If we're working in, right there to the left, categories, these are the categories of the website. I ask my students, don't touch anything. Click the word categories. Don't touch anything in here except your category. Okay? Anything underneath, go down to the portfolios, for instance. Let's go to the page 2, DMA student portfolios. Okay. Now, this goes back to the structure of the site as we were talking about. Go back to page 1, by the way. Okay, so if we go back here, this is 2019 student projects from last year. This is Melody Forrest. This is Dante Smith. This is Austin Smith. And all of the students that were in class last year, those are the categories. That's the file drawer that the students' projects web pages are stored in. Notice what Mel did. There's Mel Forrest. She created a subcategory where she is breaking that down, right? Look what she did. There's a subcategory under Mel Forrest for Joomla tutorials. Why did she do that? She took upon herself last year to start making tutorials about how to use Joomla. She stored those in a subcategory. Well, how might you use that feature of Joomla, categories and subcategories, to organize your own portfolio? What do you think? What could be some subcategories you could put in your portfolio? Think. What do you think? Any ideas? Go ahead.
Like a gallery for your photos,
so
it's all in one place.
You may put a subcategory under Haley McCombs that says image galleries, right? or photography works. You see where I'm going with this? Where else? What else might you put? What other categories might you put? Cody?
Podcast.
Podcasting. You see where I'm going? Part of your job as building your portfolio is to let the potential employer and or client know this is where you can go, as you pointed out, John, yesterday, the lady that did the great job with the animation and or the 3D rendering. If you want animation or 3D rendering, you go to that section. So you can actually use this to categorize your pages in the given year in your main category. That's one of the things I wanted to show you guys. If you need to manage your media, go up to Content and Media. This is the overall media manager for the website. Each student has their own folder. That's where you go to add content. You can bulk add in here by uploading directly in here. Then in your articles, the pages will show, when you go to upload a picture, they'll show them automatically, or you can upload them one at a time from the articles into those folders. Okay? Awesome. Now, let's wrap this up by taking a look at what our assignments are this month or this week. We're going to go down to the assignments. You're going to turn in your ticket out the door here before you go. We've done all this, our guided observation, ticket out the door, independent practice. When you get out there, I want you to, first thing to do is you're going to do the short essay. Students will write a short essay which will reflect their understanding of, highlight that, the value of content management systems to a web developer and or business person. And cite real-world examples like we've talked here. What would the value be as a developer, as a web administrator, to your clients, to the people you're serving, to your customers? What would the value be and the importance of developing a professional portfolio in the chosen career path? This could vary depending on the student's target niche. So Cody might talk about his love of audio and the value of adding an audio component to his portfolio so that he could get jobs in radio. John may do something different with a multimedia component which shows his renderings in 3D on his portfolio. How can you use Joomla to enhance your portfolio for your given pathway? Got it? Everybody got that? Next one, last one. The value of using content management system in your portfolio development process and identify key features. You started that process through your ticket out the door. Now go into Joomla, do some research, and find specific things and very specific modules and plugins and content that you think you would want to add to your site. Okay? I would expect essay today. You got a good hour and a half left in here. We should be able to do that today. Okay? The next assignment, system flow chart. Students are going to use a drawing tool of their choice to create a flow chart map of the web publishing procedures. So those steps that I did for you here, 1 through whatever, 16, you're going to create a visual representation of how to do that for your own benefit, to put in your folder, and for the benefit of other students. If somebody says, well, I'm not really good reading these words, can I get a visual picture of that? What would step 1 look like going into the administrative tool? What would be a way that you could build that visual map using a drawing tool, let's say in PowerPoint? Cody, what would be step 1 would look like what visually? Say that again?
A screenshot of your PowerPoint.
Screenshot of what? Of step 1, right? The screenshot of what step 1 is. So do you guys need me to demonstrate this to you real quick and what I'm looking for? Or do you understand what I'm saying when I'm saying a flow chart? Yes? Okay, real quick. Open up a new PowerPoint, Jaden. Or actually, you know what? You got a blank slide there. Just create a new slide. Okay? Here's what I want you to do. You can use PowerPoint as an example. What's step 1 of the process? log into the DMA website administrative area, right? How would you visually demonstrate that? Using draw tools, using text, and or using imagery. How would you visually represent that? What do you think? You mentioned a screen. Go there, go to the administrative section, and let's do a screenshot of the login screen. So log out. So as you do step 1, take a screenshot of it, right? There it is. Stop. Take a screenshot of that. Print screen. Okay? Now go back to PowerPoint. Throw that in there. Okay? Shrink it down. Make it nice and small. Smaller. Much smaller. There you go. Put that up in the upper left-hand corner. Right? Now, was that step 1? What would you say? Put some text on the screen that says step 1, log into the administrative area of the site. Type that out. Shrink that down. Okay, there's step 1. Now, let's go with what's step 2? Go back to the canvas. Find it. Go back to canvas. Scroll down. What's step 2? The whole way down. Procedures. Web publishing procedures. Step 2. Get yourself logged in. As you do it, document it. Content. Okay, right there. Stop. Yes? You see what we did? Take a screenshot of that. Boom. So we're creating, basically, almost creating a step-by-step how-to tutorial using visual aids. Right? If you were asked to do a desktop publishing project to create a step-by-step tutorial to create a technical manual for a new product that your company is developing, this is what you would do. So shrink that down. This is what it looks like. Then we add step 2. Now, what does a system flow chart look like? They're drawn with arrows, right? So let's find the arrows tool. Go to our design, or what is it? Design or insert design? No, insert. And let's insert a line. Is there our shape? Shape. Grab an arrow. There you go. And we're going to draw it between that box and the box below. Right? Boom. There it is. Step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, step 5. Are you following me? So he's just going to do that for all the steps of creating that web page. Realistically, you do that in PowerPoint. You could do that in Photoshop. You can do it in InDesign. I don't care. Do it in Paint. How long should it take you realistically to make that system flow chart? What do you think? Estimate. Say again?
Maybe half an hour.
Maybe half hour. Right? I'm not testing you on your artistic ability here, kids. I'm testing you on, did you pay attention, and can you do the steps? How you represent that visually, get creative. Have fun with it. This is one way to do it. You can do it your own way, as long as you demonstrate that you did it. Okay? Upload that then into Canvas. Last and final assignment for the week. Go back to Canvas. Yes, there's 3. Right here. You're going to build your web page. You're going to build your first portfolio post. You're going to demonstrate that you can do what it is that you're demonstrating that you can do. And what is the content for your web page, your web post? Go back to Canvas. Go back, using the back. Go into the daily logs. Where you're going to get your content is going to be the log cycle 1 and your log from this week. So Thursday, you're going to build your web page to include the log cycle 3 and log cycle 4. This is what I did in class the first 2 weeks that we were logging our work. So if you did your logs and you have the pictures and the evidence and everything, guess what? How much work is it going to be to follow this procedure, which you've done a couple times, doing the steps 1 and 2, and then turning around and publishing an article? getting it in there at a basic level, not spending a ton of time formatting it. Realistically, how long should that take you if you did your job? Maybe an hour tops, right? To make it look decent, because the content's already there. Now, here's the trick. Suppose you didn't do a thorough job in your log cycles. You didn't do a thorough job in cycle 1 and cycle 4, or cycle 3 and cycle 4. And there's not much evidence, there's nothing there, and now it's 6 days later, and you don't remember what you did last Tuesday. Uh-oh. 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 What did you just do?
You just created more work for yourself.
There you go. That's why it's important every day to do your logs. Got it? All right. Man, that was expansive and exhaustive. I threw a lot at you. This is actually review for many of you here, reinforcing this importance, because this year I'm making what we're doing here a requirement. Every 2 weeks, you're going to do this to post what you did the previous 2 weeks. At the end of the year, and every 2 weeks, that is going into the eSchools grade book as a POS requirement. Student will build. We talked about that in the lesson. If I go there at the end of the day Friday and your post is there and it looks good, I give you credit. If it's not, I mark it as in progress and we leave it be. That hurts your grade. The next week or 2 weeks later, we're going to do it again and add the same task. Do it again every 2 weeks. You see? At the end of the school year, we issue the end of year report as to where you are with any given task. If at the end of the school year you've accomplished at least this 15 times between now and the end of the school year successfully, you're marked as competent for the year in that task. If you've got 12 successful ones, it's marked as still in progress for the year. And that's going to affect your grade. That's going to be detrimental to you. Does that make sense? And I think that's fair and reasonable. There's every 2 weeks to be able to do this, and if you're doing the work along the way, no big deal. Right? Copy and paste job. Now, if you want to pull out and do, and I may ask you, this is just your regular post reflecting your log sheets. What I'm hoping to do here is then along the way, you're taking this seriously and you're building your project. Suppose you do a killer report for in 2 week period of time, you do a great report in a podcast and you do that full report. You should feature that as a feature in your portfolio as a separate page like we were doing last year. This is just to get you trained to utilize the daily logs as a tool to track your work and report on your work and to make sure that they're up there in your portfolio. So everybody has something, okay? It's unacceptable, absolutely unacceptable to be here for 4 years and walk out of here with 2 or 3 web pages. That is a demonstration of what you did in school for 4 years, and you're going to graduate as a senior with 2 or 3 web pages up there that are half-baked at that? What does that say to a potential employer about what you did for 4 years? Right? See where I'm going. So, this new system is going to remedy that. And you guys are going to do awesome. Why? Because you're awesome like that. All right? How's that all sound to you? I know we're tired. Here's what we're going to do. I want you all to take a 15-minute break because you guys were great. You stayed focused. You stayed engaged. But I can tell it's getting hot in here, too, and you're getting tired. So I want to thank you. Thank our crew. Mel and Dante running a great job. Dante running vMix for us. Sandy monitoring our audio. Thank you so much. Our audience, thank you so much for staying with me and engaged. And the group up here on the stage, Maddie, John, Cody, and Jaden running the big desk. Thank you so much. Okay, guys. What? Yeah, I said Maddie, John, Cody, and Jaden. Oh, no. Oh, no. My apologies. Okay. That's it for the day. My name is Mr. Otero, Digital Media Arts Instructor at Jeff Tech. You are watching part 2 of the DMA portfolio lesson. The students now have the rest of the time to get working on their essay and their flow charts. all day tomorrow and all day Thursday to do what it is that we mapped out for you. Tomorrow, we're going to take a few minutes and just demonstrate some formatting techniques and some things that we can do. And then we're going to do our trouble ticket. So if anybody doesn't understand this, after a day that it settles in, you can issue your trouble ticket and ask for help on a specific subject matter. And the rest of the 3 days, I'm going to come around and work with you guys one-on-one to ensure your success. Your responsibility is to dig it, dig in, do it, and turn it in by the end of the day Thursday. We all got it? Awesome. Have a great day. I'm Atero. We're out.